done that, know what's next. Life's a journey, never complex. A lifelong student, educators call, guiding future, standing tall. Conscious parenting, full hat on tight. Drove through decades, walked away for rights. From the motion pictures to the cosmic light. Contactee's journey, universal sight. Attempting to put the human back in humanity. Mic check, 1, 2, hear the clarity. Fascinated by the human experience. Sharing stories, breaking the silence. Human experience, hang out, come along. Kids, health, synaptic circle, singing our song. Random vlogs, life stories to tell. Each journey a beacon, wishing well. We all have incredible tales to share. Healing activation, spreading care. Light the way, find the others. What's your mission, sisters and brothers? Attempting to put the human back in humanity. Mic check, 1, 2, hear the clarity. Fascinated by the human experience. Sharing stories, breaking the silence. Rise, humanity, unity we seek. Community sharing, synaptic circle unique. Be the solution, lift someone today. Assist in the rise, light the way. May the song lift whoever comes across, and may you do the same, no matter the cost. Spread the light, ignite the flame. In unity we rise, forever reclaim. Attempting to put the human back in humanity. Mic check, 1, 2, hear the clarity. Fascinated by the human experience. Sharing stories, breaking the silence.
Yay! Hi! Howdy and hello! Hello, thank you for tuning in. This is episode 44 of the High Vibe Human Experience Hangout. I'm your host, Heidi Pop, and I love to have chats with high vibe way showers, I call it. They're just following their bliss. They're walking the walk, talking the talk. They're using their skills in service to others, and I love it. And Amber, thanks for joining us. Amber of Amber's ParaWorld. I saw you jamming in the background.
I was.
That was awesome. Yeah. Thank you for that. Well, Amber, I think we met, was it Midwest Night Watchers? Probably. Mm-hmm. Hi, Carol and Jane. I see you there too. Thank you for that. We just met in the chat. I think you were on their show. You were a guest on their show. And we've just been supporting each other in chats. And then, I've been binging. I know you're on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all X, all the things. And you have some incredible content. You've been doing this for years though, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Appalachian
banned one social media account at a time. I'm just kidding.
I do. I hear you. You got to have a couple of accounts under your belt, don't you?
Right.
Well, hello to the community chat, by the way. Nice to see you. Thank you. And hello to the replay crew. Thanks for tuning in. So Miss Appalachian, you are in the heart. You're in the thick of it in West Virginia, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Has that been your whole life?
Yes.
Oh, and what
sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but before this happened, so I was hearing from Spirit that I needed to give you a message. It happens a lot. So this is going to stem back from, and you can interrupt me anytime, but it was you, a younger you, okay? And the life you live now and the things you know now, it's it wasn't always that way. And in some, I don't think you do this all the time, but in some parts you feel like you had to kind of run away from some things and do things on your own. But Spirit wanted you to know not to think about it that way, because when you run from things, you're going this way, right? But you went this way. Mm-hmm. So it's because you wanted to learn things on your own and kind of reach outside of the normal, that was Spirit enlightening you. Okay. It was all from your guides, all from, just the love. And they want you to know that don't ever feel questioning yourself, is this the right thing I'm doing? Because you went on that path for a reason. So, even if somebody in your family doesn't agree with you or whatever, we can't make everybody happy. We're not puppies. So it's your path you didn't run, you up leveled. And that's what Spirit wants you to know, because I don't know if you've been having some thoughts lately of maybe questioning some stuff, but
yes, Absolutely. I
Yeah.
actually have. So yes, this is quite timely. So thank you. That was really special. Thank you. And I got the goosebumps. So then we have a hit. I love it. Thank you. Actually, very much so. I probably won't divulge too much, but yeah, it's been a little
Yeah,
back.
you don't have
My
to.
subconscious, there's something going on that I'm like, why do I keep getting pulled to the doubts or the, what ifs? But yes, it was a beautiful message, Jane. And hi, Terry. We have Australia in the house. Hi, sweet cheeks. That's what I like to say online. Nice to see you, hun. Aw, well, cool. Well, that threw me off. I'm like, that was awesome. So how long
It's
have
just
you known
random
that
sometimes.
I'll take yes, awesome. I'm honored. Thank you. And how long have you been doing, like, when did this start for you where you could pick up on this stuff?
Just when I was a kid, when I was like 5.
Okay.
That was my first like paranormal type experience. But it's just kind of grown ever since. So it's kind of
grown ever
always,
since.
it's just
Yeah.
always been with me.
Okay. Well, I have to call this one out because I love it, but one of your dolls is Heidi. Right?
Yes. Yes.
I love that.
She is on my curio cabinet right now, but yeah, she's cool.
Now, are these when you're the dolls, and I know the rods you use? What's the name of the rods? The dowsing rods, right?
Yeah. Mine broke, so I haven't used them for a while.
Okay. Would those be like that's a tool of divination? Is that how you're bringing the
Yes.
message through? Okay.
Yes.
And sometimes you've used what, Ouija and tarot and all those kinds of things. But when saying all those things, have you had some people come at you and call you like dark?
All the time. And I don't know if you caught the last video I just made up not too long ago about it. Was it yesterday? And where I was like, you guys can say what you want, but I'm living the way I need to be living. And I always tell people, and I have for years, that our words and thoughts are powerful. It can change your entire life. If you think negative, you're going to have negative. Okay. It's super powerful because some of these people, the same words that they're trying to pray with, they're casting energy, demonic energy on people. If you're going to go tell somebody they're demonic because that's just how you feel without knowing facts, you're casting that on other people. So whether you like it or not, sometimes it's better just to keep your mouth shut and just work on your own self. Because if you're having issues with the way someone else is living, you need to work on that heart chakra.
Yes, right?
And probably your throat chakra too.
Right? Oh yes, here we go. Three Souls Paranormal, right? Isn't she the epitome?
Right.
You know that I feel you, and I've always actually had the side eye a little bit with people who do share such venomous words like that. In the meanwhile, they're under ritual. They're doing rituals and performing, I'm not going to say too much about it all, but everybody's got their bit, right?
Right.
But when you start throwing stones while you yourself are in the middle of your own casting spells, and I don't know, there's a situation there. So glad
there's things that happen in this world that I'm just like, how could people be so dense?
Go there. Yeah.
And it blows my mind, but you have to understand, and I catch myself been guilty of this. Like, we have to understand that everybody's on such different levels. And there are some, like, I even had visions not too long ago, and this came more with like the divisiveness in politics, I guess, but some people will never see things the way they need to. And I actually had visions of people unaliving themselves because of it. So I don't know that any of that's happened yet. I don't watch any kind of like media. If I see anything, it's just scrolling. But,
sure. Yeah.
I would hope that people would kind of have a sit down with their self, with their soul, and not allow that to happen. Things can change at any time. So
yeah,
that would suck.
Dang. That would suck. Dang.
Yeah.
Well, judging by your content and what you put out there, what I love is you always rise above anyway. It looks like this stuff, it doesn't affect you. Your vibration is so super high and positive that thank you for that. Like, thanks for when the negative comes your way, you're still able to like champion and be your own self. I think that's a gift. That's the special art that you have. So thank you. Yes, Mr. B, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. Absolutely.
Exactly.
I see that. So speaking of Heidi and the doll you have, has that
Shirley
been?
went and got her.
Oh, hey. Hi, sweet cheeks. Oh, I love it. And was she one of your first? Like, because I know you have a few, right?
Yeah. I got her. It's been, gosh, how long has it been? It's been a long time ago, from an estate sale.
Okay.
There is a spirit attached to her. And the woman used to live in Tennessee. She'd never married or had children, and she passed away in a car accident. She had beautiful red hair, kind of wavy. She was probably in her 40s, I'd say. It was raining one night and she lost control of her vehicle and passed away. She doesn't really go places with me much anymore. She chooses to stay here because she doesn't like my choices of things I do. So she likes to hang out here. She thought Paul was cute at one time, and then she kind of got embarrassed when I told him.
Oh, yes.
I mean, he's a little younger.
Yes, we talked about that before we went on, but I've also seen on your videos. But do you want to share who Paul is?
He is my ghostly bodyguard who wears tidy-whitey red swim trunks.
That's awesome. Like the old school, right? Like 1950s.
Yes.
Shorts.
Like that.
Yeah. That's really cool. And you picked him up where?
At the beach.
At the beach. That's awesome.
Yeah, and that one video, I had forgot I had it, and it kind of came up in my TikTok memories. And I'm like, that's how it started, like it.
Was that consensual? Like, did you say, hey, come, like, were you okay with that? Or did he just hitchhike?
Yeah. No, I asked him, like we talked about it first. There's been a lot that snaggle along, but even though I can like obviously feel them, hear them, whatever, if they don't want me to, they can sort of cloak themselves from me too. So sometimes they can like hang out, and then all of a sudden they'll pop up and I'm like, where'd you come from? It can happen that way.
And some are around you even, I think you were saying, but they don't want to engage. Like they're just around and they're like, I don't want to come through to her right now. Like they're not all just dying to come through, right?
Yeah. I was at a park recently, and I was talking to somebody else who we were talking about ghosts, and I'm like, I'll never understand why some of them will like pop around a tree and be like, hey, and then they don't say anything. It's like they're gone. I'm like, well, if you're going to get my attention, at least let's like tell me what you need, what's going on, what's your name? But they'll just pop out and be like, yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's kind of funny. So you've encountered what would be considered like dark and light spirits. Like you're tapping into all of it basically.
And even the people who think they haven't, we do it with social media. We do it with everyday life. It's like, and I know people's experienced this before. Let's say you get home from going somewhere and somebody in your house is mad, like aggravated, angry. They've been yelling, screaming. You walk in, you can feel that. And it can make you mad. So like energy is so you can transfer it. So it's just, there's always going to be that negative with light. Going grocery shopping, it's just, you can pick up any of that or feel that. It's what you choose to do with it. It's if you have enough discernment to say, hey, this isn't mine, I need to drop that. I'm not aggravated at anybody. I'm not going to let it choose to take me, consume me.
Mm-hmm. Do you have particular boundaries you keep in place, and how do you do that? Like to be among it all, some people use it not as an excuse, but some are like, oh, they've been attaching to me all day. Or how do you clear yourself from that or protect yourself when you are in touch with something dark?
I mean, Paul knows the rules when he goes with me, and I'm like if I feel like something's like bugging me, I'll be like, take him out back, Paul, give him the old lightning and thunder. But our words, you can just say, hey, I'm not interested today. I'll come back and talk to you later. You're not allowed to come with me. And a lot of them will listen. I always tell people they're like toddlers, sometimes they listen, sometimes they don't. If they're respectful enough, they'll listen. But some of them just want to talk. A lot of people will think they get attachments. I get emails a lot of people like, hey, I have this attachments. Can you help me? I really need this help. I feel bad lately. I'm depressed. And the thing is, when a spirit comes home with you, think of them like they're just tagging along, like you're wearing a purse. They're not going to like go into your soul and like, you know what I mean? Like, It's just like they're tagging along. They just want attention. Maybe they need something. But if you don't want to talk to them, you can always just tell them to go. And I know there's people, I used to be like, back, and I'm talking back when I was like in my teens, I would watch documentaries on like possessions, and it always intrigued me. But one thing I've learned over the years is people that get like these possession type things are always people that are super low vibrational. Maybe they don't intend to be. Nobody really intends to be, but it's people who are like drinking too much, on drugs, people that maybe just got divorced and their life are in shambles and they're like really upset. They're not focusing on the good things in life. And, you know, sometimes our brains get a hold, you know, we get like that. But once you're never going to see, and I feel confident saying this, you're never going to see somebody that is truly high vibrational dealing with that.
I knew it. I knew it's like frequency vibration. I knew that's so powerful, right? And and I know we have a question here. Polly, let me do your question. But to finish up that thought, you also mentioned, which resonated big time, that about the thinning veil, that everyone has a different veil. Like some, you know, like that kind of feels like in line with that, depending on your frequency and vibration, depends on your experience. Question from Polly. Can you please explain the process from the moment you die to the moment this soul feels stuck in this realm? Why do they stay here?
Well, the reason that we can connect with them or people see them is because people think of like when your soul, it goes far away. But we're all here. There's so many versions of Earth. It's almost beyond being able to comprehend. There's so much going on. There's so many realms, so many different dimensions of it, like layers and layers. It's like you're layering a cake, and we might be in this layer, but they're on this layer. It sounds confusing, but like they don't go anywhere. They're like their world is here too, and so to speak. I've never connected with a spirit that told me that hell was real. A lot of people can experience, like people that's had like near-death experiences. Like a lot of it's free will in death and in life. That's why spirit can communicate if they want. But if you're like really stuck on this is what's going to happen when you die, then you're probably going to manifest that into happening. So you can have those thoughts or those experiences. But when we pass away, like there's our soul, kind of like a piece of our soul, that energy will stay, and then we'll go reincarnate or whatever. And so there's like so many versions of ourselves. Like we could probably almost take us, you know, do some kind of, I should do this, like, what do you call it? Not a study, but like an experiment where you connect with yourself from another lifetime. Do you know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah.
Past life, because there's just so many versions.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they can choose to do what they want, you know, when they pass. You can choose to they're going to go hang out with loved ones they remember, or they can kind of like hang out, you know, with their stuff. I mean, even if they're not like just walking around a cemetery, when we talk about them, or if we're like exploring a cemetery and we're reading graves, you're calling on their energy. So you're going to call on them to show up.
It's all that energy show up. You know, that's so, and they probably show up in different ways for different people. Do you think?
Oh yeah.
I keep thinking about my dad. His end days were he was Alzheimer's dementia before. I can go on for days about talking about that one, but he showed up for my mom in a confused, attached way, not sure what to do. And for me, it was the old self, you know, that I remembered. So he showed up differently for each of us, which I thought was so interesting. But it's in alignment with what you're saying. Oh, and another question
some people will see them like white blurs. Some people will see them all as, like, a lot of people get confused and they think it's negative if they see them as dark, but some people just have that ability to see them as like shadow figures. It doesn't mean they're negative. Some people can see them the way they were when they passed. It just depends.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Another question for Polly. My empathy makes me feel the ghost, but I totally reject communication because of fear. Should I engage anyway, and why? Ooh, I don't know, Polly.
That's a personal choice.
Yeah.
I mean, I do feel that if you raise your consciousness enough, you're going to explore every part of the world, like everything about this life, which means connecting to things that most people can't see. It doesn't have to be spirit. It can be just a higher version of yourself. It could be, you know, the energy of earth. It could be the energy of the trees. It could be, you know, but that's up to you if you want to set your boundaries. Just say, I don't want nothing scary. If you want to give me a message, give me a message. You can ask them to show themselves in feathers or blue jays or daisies. You can be specific. You don't have to full on have them come and sit and have a conversation with you if you don't want to.
Yeah. Oh, that makes sense. Oh, that's really cool. When I'm jumping all over, if that's okay, because when I was checking out some vids, my sister and I had fascinations with mermaids when we were little. So if you seem to have some as well, and you seem to be able to connect with them when you're at the beaches. Is that
I try
correct?
every time.
You try every time. There was one video you had where there was a light figure that went behind you in the water.
Yes,
That was really cool. Now, is that a ghost of one, or is that a mermaid? Is that because I guess they're in another
I felt like that
dimension,
was the one I was trying to connect with, giving me a sign. So whether it was actually her or not, it was just some type of sign, if that makes sense.
Yeah. That's really
cool. There's definitely things, that's why they don't explore it.
The ocean, right?
Yeah. We have to take everything we've ever learned at face value. Don't dive deep into that, because it's just, I might as well read you guys a fairy tale. There's a lot of things that are out there. Just like when I go to state parks, and I've said it a million times, and I don't care if I'm on a watch list, the state parks, there are people from the government that put creatures there and they track them. And, when somebody ends up missing or deceased, or they find them, most likely it's these things feeding, and they'll just be like, oh, it was a bear attack. They must have ran out of food. Their body's all ripped up, and I stand on that because I've experienced it too many times, been in parks, seeing these things, feeling them. And I just,
oh man.
Well, there's a lot about the world that we don't know, that they're not ever going to tell us, but some of us know. And then, I don't want to be the ones that end up, some people come out and expose things and you never see them again. But I know. I live out in the holler. They ain't getting out my holler.
And you are at that super high vibratory frequency. Can you share? Well, maybe you can't share some of the gnarliest things you've been in contact with. I mean, we know the you're talking cryptids and things, correct? Why would they put them in national park with people? Is that the point, to see where the experiment goes?
Parks. You can't fly drones. You can't fly drones in national parks.
I didn't know
they have
that.
closing times, unless you're camping. They've got places that you're not supposed to go. There are thousands and thousands of acres, perfect hiding places.
Yes, 'tis true. And entrances and exits, and
I have never. Well, I've been in one park where I had a little bit of cell phone signal. Most of them, you don't get signal.
True.
So,
and it's kind of controlled, like entrance and exit. Yeah, controlled environment.
Very much so.
Yeah. What's your experience with fairies and fays and stuff? Are they connected to orbs? Or is that a different thing? Trying to piece my stories together and have my own little awakenings.
I think they could show themselves however they want. Just like everybody could, or any of them could. The ones I've experienced were smaller. Like, I've got some on my video cameras before, like walking around. You can see them walking and like jumping up on the vehicles. I haven't had the video camera facing the vehicle for a while, so I'm not sure that they're still doing that. But it started off with them taking something of mine, and then what was it? It was a pendulum that I bought, and I bought it and I had it sitting in one spot, and then it was gone. And this went on for was it like a month? And we had went to Sam's Club to go grocery shopping one time, and this was years ago. And I'm like, put it back. We get home and it's laying right by the front door. You tell me how that happened. There was nobody home. But after that, I know there's a lot of lore that goes with it. Like, they don't like kids. They, if you gift them, you're going to be in debt to them forever.
Yeah, so all that stuff fascinates me, because I had such the cutest little childlike experience where it seemed innocent enough, but you never know. You never know.
I think a lot of times they're misunderstood, if that makes sense.
Sure.
If you're afraid of something or you expect something bad to happen, you're going to have a bad experience. And I'll say that all the time, because even when you go out and explore something with somebody, if you're not with the right people, you're not going to get what you need out of it.
Yes.
You might as well stay home. But if you expect the bad things to happen when dealing with Fae, they're probably going to play on that, that energy. I've never had a bad experience. I don't leave them gifts, but we have a lot of stuff in the yard. I mean, we got flowers. We've got stuff they could play with. My daughter always has fairy gardens set up for them. Whether they use it or not, I don't know. But
Yeah.
they've never bothered us in that manner. I don't think they could. I don't think they could. I'm not trying to challenge them or anything, but I don't feel threatened at all by them.
That's good. Yeah, the disappearing things and reappearing. I always I called upon them. I'm like, hey, come on now. Yes, right, Jane. I remember hearing that video, but maybe Amber, you can share about the naked little dude in the woods.
Oh yeah, that was in the woods that butt up to mine. Like it's the same woods, but it was down the road some. I was just standing out there. It was really late. There were some people talking. We were just kind of hanging out, and this little creature. Well, he was probably like 3 feet tall, 2 feet tall. He runs down from the woods like fast, like blur fast. Stood beside me, looked at me, and was like, and just took off like he was gone. He did not try to bite me, but he looked like he could chew my arm off. Could you imagine me going to the hospital like that? This crazy little goblin thing chewed my arm off. I would be in a psych ward.
Taken away,
right?
Yeah, you'd be taken away. Oh my God, I can
if
picture
my
that.
kid ever
So
goes
easy.
live on my channel for anybody and says, "Hey, mom needs bail money," y'all hook her up.
Now you know what it's for. That's
I
awesome.
put myself in a lot of sketchy situations.
That's so, and you're surrounded by it because you're just in the thick of it there.
But it's everywhere too. It's
yeah.
everywhere. There's
Oh yeah,
so many dead people. There's so many other than dead. There's unseen. There's cryptids. There's
other entities.
The things in the sky. You know, there's just so much. There's so much.
Oh yes, I heard you once say too. You had experiences. I had the same experience of a loss of time, and you connected that to the ET thing. So yeah, my mom and I both experienced that. Well, before we get into that though, about the deceased, good question, Polly. And I kind of have a feel for this one, but Amber, I want you to answer. Why do we see ghosts dressed even with historical dresses if the souls pass on only as energy? I kind of have a feeling what you'll say to that, but what are your thoughts there?
It's just they're going to show you what they looked like or give you an example of, because that's what that part of their soul that stayed back remembers. So, you know, they're going to connect with you, but some people do just see flashes of light. If you ever just catch a glimpse of light or a flash out the corner of your eye, that's most likely a spirit, a soul. But they can show themselves however they want. They can change their clothes. They can do whatever they want. Some of them don't know they can do that though. Some of them are just like really good natured and they're just like, I'm just hanging out, you know, but some of them, some of them are like, I've met some crazy ones. I'm telling you, like if somebody is an a-hole in life, most likely their energy is
an a-hole ghost.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that makes sense too. I have some relatives who passed there. Yeah, I figured that too. Way to identify them, huh? Like if they're in a certain garb, you're like, oh, they must be from the Civil War. You can pick out some of the garb. Do you see another question with Polly? Is there a connection between ETs and ghosts and what? Or connections between all of them or any of them?
You know, I don't know if they can see each other or whatever. And there's a lot that I don't know. And anything that I do say about any of this, take it for what you want, because, you know, other people have different experiences. This is just in my experience. You know, I've been doing this for a long time. I'm really old, so I've been doing this a long time. But most likely, I would say they probably could if they wanted to. That's one thing I'm really not sure about, if like spirit and like ETs can like communicate with each other. I wouldn't imagine there's a reason they couldn't, but like I said, I don't know. I've never really asked that question, and that's actually a good one. I should probably.
There you go. Good question, Polly. Yeah, it seems if everything's energy, just different level of it, or like you were saying, those levels could be just tapping into all these different types of multidimensional. That's what I feel like with Squatch. Like I've had good experience, and I feel like they're just peeking in and out dimensions, and those who can pick up on that can see, have an encounter. And like you were saying, resonates so big with me. The kind of experience you're going to have is the kind that you're drumming up in your body.
Right.
You're either going to have a fearful one or an exchange, an energy exchange.
Yeah, there's a group of them that I've filmed out a few times, and it's the Gugwe, and they're like a Bigfoot, but they're negative, and they look more like a monster type. I mean, they're like the big face, like werewolf type. I mean, they're crazy looking.
Whoa.
But they're mean to me. I tried. I'm like, can I please just hang out with him? Can you talk to me? But they're so negative. They'll be throwing stuff at me every time.
Oh,
They
boy.
are so negative. I guess they just want to be. They're like the old grannies on the porch that want to be left alone. Maybe I don't
Leave them
know.
alone. Yeah, like let them do their
But it
thing.
always makes for a great video.
I bet you two have the best videos.
I'll be like running and screaming. So.
Polly, I don't know. That's interesting. How do they change their clothes? Do they have normal functioning lives? It sounds like they're just going about their lives, their business, but
Yeah,
in their own way.
They can. From what I understand, once you're crossed over, it's a lot of times it's like they feel like they're in their true form. Like this was like a shell, like or just something you had to go do. Like when you go to work all day and then you come home and finally take your bra and your shoes off and you're like, oh, finally, you know? But it's like your true form.
Yeah.
You know, our souls sign up to be here. You know, just like even the crazy stuff going on in the world, our souls knew what was going to happen. Like we signed up for this.
Isn't that cool? Yes. And you're a mama. I'm a mom too. So, I mean, I feel like you're drawn to these topics and these subjects while being a parent is an honor. It's a badge and honor of how we deliver the information. Speaking of passed down information, so with the Appalachian and the folklore and everything, are the folklore tales, are those just our ancestors having those same experiences you're having, passing down these stories? Or how do you, what's your take on the folklore magic there?
Yeah, there's a lot of stories or things that like different lore that a lot of people, especially like Southern people, have all heard, you know, like we all hear this growing up. Some of it's true, some of it's not. Some of it stems from like back in the day, you know, great grandmas and great grandmas had, you know, 8, 10, 12 kids, and they might tell them, hey, don't go in the woods. Something's going to get you, maybe just to keep them home.
Keep them close. Yeah.
But I always tell people when they, like, if somebody's asking me about this, like on TikTok, I'm like, you know, the rules of Appalachia is for the outsiders. We're safe. It's just when people come been nosy.
Oh, makes sense.
I mean, I think anything's possible because I've had some negative experiences in the woods. So I just think it's funny to see him be like, oh, I was going to come. Should I not? You know, go ahead.
No, there are. Yeah. Tourists coming in. It's a great way to set boundaries, huh?
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely, I mean, I don't think like if you hear your name, no, you didn't. I don't think that's going to hurt anybody. I mean, there's a lot of it that I think is just far-fetched and people get carried away, especially on TikTok.
Okay.
That's
Gosh.
Imagination, you know.
That's the Wild West over there. Yeah,
and
that's
it's always
hardcore.
the people that make those videos that go viral. Like they'll have like 1 million views about things not to do in Appalachia, but they don't even live there. So they're just making up these, you know, clout chasers or something.
Oh yeah. I get a lot of the funny those with LA. And first of all, I've been saying it wrong then, right? Appalachia?
It depends on where you're from.
Appalachian. Yeah, I guess it depends where you're from. I'm Midwest/West Coast now, so I guess.
So just imagine you're picking up an apple. I'm getting an apple. I'm gonna throw an apple at you.
Appalachia. Oh yeah, that's good. Oh, that's perfect. Thank you. I can see that now. Okay.
But you know, there's Appalachian Mountains up toward New York, you know, and up really far, and they pronounce it Appalachia. So it depends on where you're from.
Okay.
We just talk like hillbillies out here. Oh, Appalachia.
I love it though. Oh, Mr. B, a question from Oz. What's your take on flying dreams that a lot of people experience? Do you have experience with flying in your dream state? Are you active in your dream state?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, my daughter does too. My mom does. My mom has premonition dreams. She has since she was younger. Like on my mom's side, like the whole family pretty much had abilities or have the ones that acknowledged them. You know, my great grandmother that I never met was Native American and she had healing abilities. But yes, you can. Dreams are definitely if you remember them and you can go places. You can go visit places like astral projection or visiting other, you know, you can be taken places, but I don't think like if you fall in your dream, you're going to die. Like I've heard that before.
Okay.
I don't think that's going to happen. Your body's going to wake up, but
Yeah,
you can definitely go places in your dreams, and you can even do like certain meditations to work on it. If you want a specific thing you want to go check on, or, you know, something, a place to go look at. Just don't try behind the ice wall. Cause that's not, I've tried it.
Really?
I tried to remote view it. And I was stopped immediately. This dude was like, I just seen his face and he was like, stop. You're not allowed to do this.
Oh gosh.
I'm like, well, he doesn't see my face, so I better stop.
Yes. For entertainment purposes only.
Yes. This is all make believe. We're just reading stories.
Yes. I wanted to ask you a question. I'm pivoting again, but about cemeteries, because you do a lot of boots on the ground investigation. You know, you're doing your research out there. I had this eerie attachment and fascination with the cemeteries when we were just in Wales, in northern Wales, and Poland, and they're really big on their cemeteries. But when it was interesting, the difference I felt in the Poland cemeteries versus the Wales cemetery, and then I saw a video you did where you said you felt like your grandparents bodies weren't like you couldn't connect with them. Is that because you felt like there's something about the Polish ones? I felt like, I don't know if they're really in there or here, or I don't know. There was a difference. And then I felt this connection to the earth in the Wales one. Like it seemed ancient. It seemed like really mourning. Poland, it was very celebratory. I mean, what is the general vibe with cemeteries for you? And is that your biggest hits? Like, is that where you get some of your strongest connections?
I would say just going out in the woods is where I prefer to be. But cemeteries, it just depends. Like, I'm like you. It's like, I can go to some and I'm like, I'm really not picking up anything. Like, I'm not feeling anything. And some feel like either more negative or more, like you said, more ancient. Like there's more history with them. But I know, can we say the C word on here? The conspiracy word?
I guess. I'd say craftsspiracy. Yeah, whatever.
It was kind of trending a couple months ago or a few weeks ago about that guy who made that video who was talking about he worked for a cemetery part-time and we're digging the graves up, like taking the bodies out after the families left. And people are like, oh no, that's not what happens. And then people are like duetting this, oh, I'm a mortician and that's not what happens. Well, morticians aren't going to know what's going on underground. But I do feel like that happens. And actually, were you with me, Charlie Ann, that one night we were driving through a cemetery and there was a fresh, like the area we were in had no plots open. Okay. They were there, but there was a hole dug up and it was still open. And there was a wooden box that was like, the lid was off of it. It was not an actual casket. It looked like one, but it was like a temporary one.
Like yeah.
And it was old and it was weathered and there was nobody in it and nobody in the ground and the headstone was there. So you tell me what they're doing with these people, because if they dug somebody up for forensics, would they not like do that during the daytime and probably take them somewhere in like an ambulance type thing or something? You know what I mean? Not at night
or something.
Not in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
That's all up to.
It feels like a shady business. It feels like a shady business.
I mean, how do you think McDonald's is getting 99-cent hamburgers? I'm just saying.
What she said.
I don't know. I think it's still on Instagram, but I made a video about that. And it was just pictures, like claims, like just like actual claims about different restaurants. And I got in trouble on TikTok for it. Music.
Yeah.
I didn't say anything. It was just pictures.
Yep.
And it was actual stuff.
I got in trouble for one of those. Yep. Yeah. I did too.
Like, one more time and your account's gone.
I know. We're have to, isn't that hard? We're learning the ins and outs of the social media craze. That's a big business right there.
I have zero free speech on TikTok. None.
You have what? You have no.
I have zero free speech on TikTok.
Oh.
Like I don't get it.
I was permanently banned for 4 years for a while, or whatever. I went hard at the beginning, and then I came in like, let's talk like a teacher. I went softer. Well, yeah, those cemeteries, man, I get drawn to them, especially the old school ones. They're just the vibe. Yeah, I'm playing with that energy. Mm-hmm.
We were recently at a cemetery, and it was daytime, I believe, or evening. And my daughter was with me, and she was walking around, and there was a grave that was like the person had passed away in like 2024, 2023, whatever. But there was fresh dirt on it and fresh straw on it.
Okay.
The straw wouldn't have been there 2 years later. I mean, it's just not.
Someone was getting mama's jewelry or something. I don't know. Polly wants to know, do you have any info on arachnoids? She's had experiences with huge, like car size beetles that are car sizes and big tarantulas and things. Have you had any
in the dreams?
Contact?
Is that what she's talking about?
I might have been was it in your dreams, Polly, or like another realm or something? Super curious there. And thanks, Polly. And hi, Jean-Paul. Nice to see you. And thank you, Chiro.
That look like that are like these giant. I had one dream in particular. It was like, it was dark, and it was like me and like my mom and my daughter and maybe a couple other people, and we were being guided into this house by military, and it was dark, and they were like, go out the back. But then like this animal jumped in front of me. And what was it? It was like something little, right? Like a cat. And then it turned into this like big, massive thing. So I've had some crazy stuff like that, but it was, and the military was involved in those.
Oh, that's
so, yeah.
I feel that too. We'll watch it. We'll say, but yeah, I feel like that's military involvement when there's some really wacky.
So there was a real tarantula there when you woke up. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, something asked me to wake up, and the tarantula was there after she woke up. Ooh, interesting. Hey,
is that the way?
We need to hear your story.
Is that right? Like she woke up and there was an actual tarantula?
It sounds like, and the tarantula, which was like a big, huge one, she said something asked me to wake up.
That's your guides, your higher self.
Wake up.
Get out of bed.
Get out of bed. What happened after you saw the big tarantula? Did it like evaporate? Did it apparition? What's the word? Yeah. Did it? Oh my gosh. Oh, and Jean-Paul Baptiste says, this morning when I got up, someone was standing by my bed until I fully woke up. That seems, I hear that often. Do you hear that, Amber? That's happened to my mom too.
Like a hat man before. But it just depends. It could still be your family. You have to use your discernment. Like, were you scared? You know, how did it make you feel? If you don't feel like super scared and you don't feel like negative from it, then it could very well just be a family member, you know, checking in on you. It could be just somebody that passed away a few miles down the road, just walking around. You have to use your intuition, discernment for that. And, you know, if it is something scary, ask it to leave. Even if it's your family member, if you don't want it there, say, you know, you're not allowed in my house anymore. Give me other signs.
You know what you even just said right there, and what I've learned a lot with your videos is that we do hold the power. It sounds like we hold the power to say, no, not right now. And so I thank you for that, because that's something that needs to be reminded a lot for people, that we still hold the power of our own field. It sounds like. Oh, here's Polly. The tarantula was trying to grab my sis. I had a strong feeling I need to wake up. My body was paralyzed. Couldn't scream, and it vanished. Ooh, sleep paralysis too. Been there. Oh, well.
Yeah, I would definitely set boundaries. Like, you know, this or that is not allowed in my bedroom. This is my safe space. You need permission to enter my home. If you need me, do it while I'm outside. Set your boundaries and be firm. You know, talk to him like you're talking to a bratty little kid, and you're like, hey, you heard what I said, and I don't expect you to disobey me. You know, and that's your property.
If you are under the spell, if you are under a sleep paralysis, can you just do it here? Can you just do it in your conscious and like just saying it to yourself?
You can. Absolutely. I had that experience one time, and it was terrifying, and I couldn't move. And that's the same time, like during the same time I was being like tormented by this hat man and all this stuff going on. Like I had a lot going on, but I've since never had that again, and they're gone. But
and I love that, John Paul. I never did ask, if you are not for my highest good, return to light, the light of God now. Yes. I hear you. That's kind of how I set the classroom. I do this little verse of only the highest vibrations offered here at this time. Like it just keeps going and going, but it just feels like I've set myself. And sometimes at night when I'm feeling the creepers creeping in, I'll literally picture the Care Bear thing and like just be like, whoa, like beam it out and surround my house. And then I'm like, we all sleep good.
Mhm.
Some people, TKB, some people,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, TKB, some people go towards the evil with love and they hate that. Kill them with kindness,
Yes.
right? TKB?
Yes. But I do have a lot of like my experiences, different paranormal places, things that's happened when I was younger, but it's in my book. This is on Amazon.
Yay, that's right, an author. I forgot to say that. Yay, the dead in me.
And then I have another one that is mostly true scary stories. So it's based off real places I've been or real things, but the characters in the situation are fiction, if that makes sense.
Sure.
Like
Sure.
real places, just a made up story to go with it.
That's awesome.
That one's in this one.
Oh, cool.
So,
Appalachia.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that now every time.
Scary stories. So
wow. And those are on Amazon. Correct?
Yes. You can just type them in or type in my name and it'll come up.
Sweet. That's really cool. As a mom with your kid, how is she with all this stuff? Is it just your daughter?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And did you say Charlie? 'Cause my daughter's Charlie.
Charlie Ann.
Charlie Ann. That's so sweet. So she is part of this world. Or do you do any extra protection for her or taught her any tools how to protect herself?
She handles her own pretty well now.
Nice.
But she does get scared sometimes. She knows how to deal with things, but I'm usually, if we go someplace, I'm with her. She's definitely starting to have more of the dreams, lately as she gets older. But yeah, sometimes she wants to like focus on like chakra work or something, but sometimes she's just like, I'd rather play Roblox. But
yes.
But yeah, we're working on it.
Yeah.
She's good. She's really good at she's definitely a natural healer. She can do healing work and it's really cool.
I love that. That's awesome.
Hair didn't curl.
I love it. Hi, Area 51. I see you there. Well, we are past the 45-minute mark. People are going to be shocked to hear this, but I am winding these down to an hour, especially if I'm banging them all week. I want y'all want more. So, how often are you just randomly on TikTok and stuff right? You don't have a set routine of what you're doing. You're just putting things up when you can put it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I used to go live and do readings and stuff, but like there's so many trolls on there that it just.
Oh,
and
sure.
I get in trouble because I can't if they start talking crap, I'm just like, quit being a D. You know what I mean? Like I can't. My mouth is just. I got a big mouth.
Dish it back.
So.
Well, yeah, I wanted to see you did something really beautiful. Was it recently or far? I don't remember. When you were helping someone find, give information about a lost body. Have you been asked to do that a lot? Like investigations?
I get asked that every Paracon I go to, somebody will come up to me and ask me.
That sounds so hard.
The thing is, what a lot of people don't understand is that anything I say will never hold up in a court. The police will never go on a whim. They will never believe anything I say. So it's not going to really matter. They're not going to spend their money digging something up because I feel that. I usually end up just telling them what I felt from that person, what happened. And like the one I did a couple years ago, she was sitting in front of me and she was like asking me about this person. And I'm like, he was murdered in his truck and his body's not far from there. She was like, can you give me an exact location? No, I just know he's not far from where his truck was found. And he was killed. He's never been found. But, that's a needle in a haystack.
That is a needle in a haystack. Oh, no, she froze. Or did I freeze? Oh, no. Oh, there you go. It was a little. Now we're getting the interference. It's coming in trying to give info. I bet you give a lot of peace of mind, though, to the families. If something's not admissible in court, at least the families probably get some sort of peace from the
sometimes
answer.
It's even like true crime podcasts that'll come to me and ask me to help them with it. And I'm like, then they'll just be like, oh, we think that maybe, but a lot of times I don't do that anymore because it's like I don't know. It's just I could, but it's not something I'm like I want to do, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
There's enough that I already do that.
I totally get it. Yep.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Here's another question. Where do you draw the line between ghosts info and what you tell to their relatives? Oh, so like if you're giving a message to somebody, do you filter it? Maybe.
Sometimes it just depends. Not really filter it, but there's just I don't know. It's just random. I'll just tell them what I see, you know, what they're showing me, and it's usually things to connect them to that person. You know, things about and it's usually people that maybe have guilt about how maybe they didn't get to see their loved one when they died, and they're like, hey, I'm right here. I'm the one who's been tapping on the glass at night, and you think there's something out there, but it's me because I don't want you to feel guilty. You know, it happened once at Applebee's, and this was like right after the whole COVID thing. And, you know, we're sitting at this table, and there's a woman and her, I don't know if it was her mother or something. She was old. They were older, and they were sitting at a table right across from us. And I kept seeing this older man. He's like, go tell her I'm okay. You know, he just kept on. I mean, I couldn't even eat, and he was making me sick. Like I wanted to throw up. So finally I'm like, hey, can I ask you a question? I was like, I'm a medium. I'm seeing this man, and he's got this shirt. Like I described his shirt and his pants, and I'm like, he's older, and I really think he had like some type of cancer in his stomach or throat because he's throwing up and he's really sick, and he wants you to know not to feel guilty that you weren't there. And she would just started bawling, and then like everybody's staring at us, and she's like, that was my dad. She's like, I wasn't there when he died, and she was like all tore up about it. It's happened a few times at restaurants. Sometimes I choose not to even say anything because they'll just keep doing it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I don't let it, it just depends on if I can do it or not, if I want to. I know that might sound greedy. It's my energy that I have to give out. So,
right. There might be situations that don't, you know, it's not okay to do that in, or yeah. Yeah.
Or sometimes you just get a vibe from somebody.
Yeah. You're like, I'm not talking to them.
You're crazy. Yeah. Luckily I've never experienced that, but,
Good.
I would feel, I'd be sad if I did. That might make me
know. Oh, I know.
I'm just kidding.
Well, I didn't do my little banner here. At Amber's Paranormal or ParaWorld. I keep saying the wrong thing. That's your handle for most everything, isn't it?
Yes.
And in all your socials. ParaWorld. Yes. Because I forgot to put that up before. I'm just going to throw that on there. I mean, I think a lot of our pals are in the chat, but to the replay crew and anybody who maybe has not met Miss Amber before.
And I have a new video starting, or it premieres tonight at 8:30, and this is at a state park. So
sweet. Is it a record? Or are you live, or?
It'll be a live chat premiere, so it's not going to be live, but
okay. But you'll be in the chat.
Pre-recorded, but you know, my daughter was with me. We kind of went and did this whole cool thing where they did campfire stories, and this amazing storyteller was there, and then they were talking about different, you know, hauntings, and we went to this park in particular has a graveyard right by the shelter, like,
oh wow,
full on graveyards everywhere. So we went and did like a little investigation. So that's what it is. It's not super scary, but I did see some scary things.
That's really cool. So that's tonight, you said. Is that 7 Eastern? Is that what you said? Is it 8?
I think it's at 8:30. Maybe it's 8:30. I don't know. Okay. You have to look on my channel. I think it's 8:30 Eastern.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. And hi, Michelle. I see you there. Hi, sweet cheeks.
Hi, everyone.
I know I'm all into the sweet cheek name. I thought, well, I had one more from Polly here, but I thought I had one more. What was I forgot to tell you or ask you? Oh, that when you use your phone, is there a particular app you're using? How are you?
I use quite a few of them. Yeah, I use Spirit Talker a lot. It's like $10 in the Play Store. I've used Necrophonic, Necrometer. I've used a few of them, and I mainly use those because sometimes like it'll completely correlate with what I'm saying, you know, and a lot of times people like to just hear those things. Okay. But I get way cooler disembodied voices if you just put some headphones on. Like tonight's video, I forgot to put it in there, but if you wear some headphones and crank the volume up, you're going to hear
the background, the stuff. Like, yeah,
you're going to hear it. They're just full on talking a lot in this video. But
wow, okay. Yeah, I
Yeah,
was going to ask you how much you felt like you trusted them, like with those phone apps. Like, have there been some you're like, yeah, this is just spewing nonsense, or others you're like, okay, no,
yeah,
this is really okay.
yeah. There was one I had to ask for a refund on because
Okay.
it just started spitting out words like constantly, and I'm like, this is not right. You can kind of like, you can tell, but different spirits can manipulate it at different times. But if a spirit can like make you feel sick or break a glass off the wall, they can obviously manipulate electronic, which is energy. You know, I mean, people can say what they want about it. It's anything can be manipulated. I mean, even our
Yeah.
minds are manipulated. So,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know what I mean?
I totally hear you. Last little bit. I don't know if I'm putting you on the spot, but if there's anything by chance, Miss Polly's asking personal last question. I couldn't fly to say goodbye to my dad. Is he aware of how much I'm sorry? Oh, she wanted to see if you got any kind of hits to Miss Polly. I don't know if that is something you can do on
No,
this
you're fine.
fly or anything.
Let's see. So, okay, with your dad, did you talk to him? Like, let's just say a few weeks before that. I want to say that you already talked to him.
Yeah, Polly, had you already connected with
Have
him
you
before he passed?
have
Like,
you
right?
spoken to him before he passed? Like, I'm talking like a few weeks or like a little while before he passed.
Let's see what she's gonna say there. And Jane saying Spirit Talker app is good.
Yeah.
When Polly's coming back with that, those apps, I mean, before I had kids, so over 15 years ago, there was an app. I think I had did I have a BlackBerry then? No, it wouldn't have been on there. I'll tell you in a minute. I talked to him while he was unconscious in his bed, in his dead bed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, that was it. That was like the goodbye. That was the goodbye. Don't, because he's like, she already talked to me. Don't feel like you needed to be there. A lot of times they'd rather you not be there and watch it happen. Sometimes we hold that guilt. Let me see. Okay. Was there something on like with his head? And I want to say like, I don't even know what this feels like, but it makes me feel with the head or like the mind, with the mind.
Oh no, he got frozen again. Oh, Polly, anything with his mind? Oh, yes. There you go.
Okay.
Sorry, you were frozen for a second, Amber.
We have this giant tree that's 85 feet tall that's blocking our satellite signal, and we're working on getting it cut down, but it's like a lot of money. So once
Look
it
at
gets
this interference. Wow.
okay.
Wow.
Okay, so he wants you to know that he's not like that anymore. He's
Oh.
it's gone. Okay.
Oh, yay. I love
He
yay.
feels new again, if that makes sense. Like he's like, that's not, I don't feel like that anymore. But that's how you remembered him. So don't think of him that way. Think of him as just like the good memories you have when everything was okay. Because that's not him anymore.
Yeah. Polly, I hope that made your heart feel good. That was a good one there. Amber, I think we're gonna have to do this again because I didn't even get to ask you questions yet about like body doubles and clones and all that kind of stuff.
We do need to do like one of those shows for sure.
We got to connect again. You gave me a hit. Do you want it? Should we do a little tease about that? What is your connect? What are you thinking? I think I did a post or a meme about it. And then, my connection to La La Land and stuff, and having seen some things on set, I was wondering what's your connection to clones and body doubles and stuff like that. Before we wrap it up and make them want more.
Yes.
Then you got to tune in to the next one.
So I know a lot of people, and I see it all the time, especially with like replies or comments or messages that are like, oh, they tried to clone, was it Dolly the sheep or something, or whatever it was. It didn't really work. So there's no clones. They have been doing clones for like 100 years. Okay.
Wow.
There's so many versions of the same people. It's very prevalent in Hollywood, in the music world. It's not what you think. It's not what we think it is. Even the music, a lot of like the ones they play on the radio, like these famous people, the music, the beats of it are to keep you in a trance. Okay. Like you have to watch it. The vibrations are just like the megahertz or whatever you want to call it, are like they're just in that thing where it's going to keep you programmed.
Yes.
We're all like a product of MK Ultra. It's been happening since we were born. It's whether you choose to uplift yourself. And that's what I was just talking earlier to my mom about. I said, you know, everybody's waiting. And I made this post a week ago, like I don't know where I shared it. I think Twitter. I was like, you know, it's kind of lonely knowing things and knowing there's nobody coming to save you. And here's the thing with that. Whether you're a Democrat, a Republican, no matter what you believe, whether you believe in aliens or not, whether you believe in ghosts, whether you think I'm crazy or not, it doesn't matter. But when you get on social media and you fight with people and you have hatred in your heart and you're mad at everything you see on the media because you're letting it mind control you, that is where your vibration is down here. If we can all get to where you just stop giving a shit about what people think about you, okay? Because when you give too many shits about what people think, you're going to have a low vibration. If we all get our heart chakra worked on and clear our negative energy and we raise our vibrations so freaking high, this entire world's going to change and we're going to have the most beautiful earth ever and the most beautiful people in it. But it's because people can't get their heads out their own hind end and off the TV screen. That's what's happening. We have to save ourselves.
I know. I'm kind of like, yeah, don't y'all just want to play? Like, let's play in this life. Get offline and let's play.
We have the power.
Tune into the show.
That's why we have the power. We have the power.
We do.
To change
absolutely
everything.
Do. Yes.
Like
yes, TKB. All
y'all trying to save the world. You know, how do you like a couple people at a time? Yeah. It's a hard job. Y'all help us.
Totally.
It's hard to be nice to somebody. You don't have to be kind to somebody if they've been a butthead, but you don't have to like dwell on it and go home and just be mad at everybody else over it. Yes. You can just choose to let it go and say, you know what? Let me just tell them, I hope you have a great day. And just
you don't have to fester it all more. Yeah. Amen. Well, I really want to do this again with you sometime, Amber, and I'm just starting to get Southern. So you're bringing out my Southern accent. So we're going to play again. If you'd like to join me another time, that would be amazing. But folks, please, and from a replay crew who may not know Miss Amber of Amber's ParaWorld, please at Amber's ParaWorld. TikTok, you have a huge following. I know you're all over the place though. So, and check out her live tonight. So I'll be over there in the chat as well. Thank you so much for playing with me. This was really fun to do.
I had fun. Thank you.
Good. And hang on one sec. And then I'm going to say bye to the chat. Thanks guys for being here and for playing. Polly, loves your questions. Thank you so much for playing and stuff. And like Miss Jane always says, keep those vibrations high. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you. I'll be on tomorrow, 5 p.m., episode 45 with the Dr. Dennis Carroll. So come say howdy. Okay. See you later. Smell you later. Bye. Bye, Amber.